Greetings and welcome to Alpha Bravo Pinball. I'm Andre, and tonight on the program, I'm so excited to show you one of the most significant pinball machines of all time, Twilight Zone. We'll take a deep look into the game, I'll show you how to play it, and hold on to your pants, folks. Yes, I've got more charts and figures for you. Let's get started. Released in 1993 by Bally Williams, Twilight Zone, the pinball machine, takes inspiration from the classic Rod Serling TV show from 3 decades prior to that. The game was designed by now legendary pinball designer Pat Lawlor, and this was just his 6th machine at the time. Lawlor had a stratospheric rise to pinball fame with the releases of Banzai Run, Earthshaker, Whirlwind, Funhouse, which I have sitting right next to Twilight Zone behind me, Addams Family, and finally, Twilight Zone. Pat became known for bringing incredible, never-seen-before interactive mechanisms back to pinball. I mean, just look at the mechanical head on Funhouse. He certainly brought that mechanical wonder to Twilight Zone as well, as we're about to see, but just for 60 seconds, let's transport ourselves back in time to the 80s and 90s and see what was going on in the world of pinball at Williams. We've covered previously on the channel the resurgence of Williams after a near-death experience in the mid-1980s with High Speed, and also the very end of Williams with Cactus Canyon. On this timeline, Twilight Zone lands solidly in the center in what many would call the golden era of modern pinball. I mentioned Pat Lawlor's previous game just before, Addams Family, which was actually the most successful game of all time, at least in terms of overall sales, with over 20,000 units sold, a record that stands to this day. While Williams created some of the best pinball machines ever made during this era, sadly, Addams Family was peak pinball for Williams, and from Twilight Zone, which sold over 15,000 units, both the company and industry as a whole declined steadily in terms of sales throughout the rest of the 1990s. It wasn't because the games weren't great, though. The sales decline and low number of units produced is what made some of their subsequent games, such as Medieval Madness, so valuable decades later. But we're getting into another story there. For now, let's get back to Twilight Zone. If you've never heard the phrase world under glass, this is pinball nerd speak for how well a pinball machine has taken inspiration from its theme and incorporated it into the game. Well, you'd be hard-pressed to find a game that does it better and more thoroughly than Twilight Zone. This is a wide-body machine, which just means the playfield is a couple inches wider than a normal game, and it is absolutely chock full of elements taken either directly from the TV show or inspired by it. Between the rocket ship, the player piano, the clock, the slot machine, there's just too many direct references to name here. So I'll link an online guide that lists all the ones from the show and which specific episodes each is from. It's pages and pages long. You can just imagine the folks that made this game had to be huge fans of the show, and they probably wore out their VHS tapes of the show doing the research for the game. Personally, my favorite element from the game, however, is not actually from the show. It's the gumball machine, and it's a Pat Lawlor original. It is just such a cool mech. It holds 3 balls in it, and plus the 3 in the ball trough, that makes 6 total balls in Twilight Zone. The thing is, though, one of the 6 balls in the game is not like the other. It's a ceramic ball instead of metal. The game calls it the Powerball. Back to the gumball machine, though. Basically, as a player in the game, you'll shoot balls in there, and the game will spit a ball back out. But then randomly, that'll be the Powerball. And because ceramic is much lighter than metal, that ball just flies. It's totally the game messing with you as a player and doing something unexpected. That's why I like this mech so much. Instead of it just being like you're watching an episode of Twilight Zone you've seen before, like the other references in the game, this mech, which doesn't exist in any episode, puts you in the shoes of a character living a new episode yourself, encountering the unexpected. I've actually heard people criticize the game because the gumball machine doesn't exist in the show, but I just couldn't disagree more myself. What better homage is there to the show than to make the player feel like they're in their very own, never-seen-before episode of the show? I think it's just brilliant. This is just one of the key mechanisms in the game, of course, with the others being the Magnaflipper mini playfield, the clock, multiple magnets on the main level of the game. Between these and everything else in there, when Twilight Zone was released, pinball had just risen to a new level of cost and complexity the industry had never seen before. Pat Lawlor is on record saying Twilight Zone had the highest tooling budget of any game ever made at Williams. And it's not just in the hardware. On the software side of things, you can also see the progression and complexity of the rules from game to game. All you really have to do is look at the 6 Pat Lawlor games I showed you before to see this evolution plainly. So the big question is, did they go too far? I mentioned earlier that from Twilight Zone on, it was pretty much all downhill for pinball at Williams. When asked years later, Pat Lawlor directly attributed this to the complexity of Twilight Zone and other games that followed suit. Pat said in a 2010 interview, "We drove off the cliff. We very carefully integrated a theme. We went out of our way to give them more and better and bigger and more powerful and cooler and all that other stuff. And on location, Twilight Zone never did that well. It did okay. It was not understandable. A normal person would walk up to Twilight Zone and go, I have no idea what this game is doing." Listen, it's plainly obvious how the rules on pinball machines only got more complex around this time, a trend you could argue continues to this day, by the way. But was this complexity the main root cause of the implosion of pinball in the 90s? Well, I hate to leave you on a cliffhanger, folks, but far be it for me to think I know more about pinball than Pat Lawlor. I'm afraid I'm going to have to leave it at just telling you what happened, and you'll have to decide for yourself what you think the reason was. Now about my particular copy of the game. If you've seen my previous video labeled It's Back, you'll know this is actually my second copy of the game. I owned a different one previously, I sold it, and I regretted it tremendously. So when this one popped up at a good price, I just had to have it. It appears to have come off route, which means it was on coin play in some public location somewhere, so the game definitely needed a good disassembly and cleaning. As I did this, I also installed a couple of cosmetic aftermarket upgrades to the game, which include the red piano, the blue casing on the clock, as the original was clear, and a kit that upgrades the switches on the mini playfield to make them less ugly. None of this is a big deal or anything, but I just wanted to make that note. When you see the game here, it's not 100% factory original. Anyway, with that, please enjoy a 1-minute montage of me cleaning up the game. All right, now it's time to do a deep dive on the playfield and the different shots of the game, starting with the plunger. The plunger on Twilight Zone is kind of interesting. You'll see some little colored squares in yellow, orange, and red, and a scoop hole above it. What you can do here is that with a soft plunge, you can actually get some different awards. The danger is, on a soft plunge, the ball will actually return down into the rocket. The rocket feeds the pop bumpers, and the pop bumpers are dangerous and can lead to a left outlane drain. So if you go for the skill shot, there's a chance you might not even get the ball to the flippers. For this reason, I tend to just do a full plunge on Twilight Zone, get the ball into the scoop hole, which will return the ball safely to the flipper via the slot machine eject. Switching now to the main shots on the game, we'll go left to right. To the left side of the playfield, you'll see 3 pop bumpers. A shot between those pop bumpers will head to the dead end area, which is a hole. You can't actually see it, but if you take a look at my teardown video from earlier, you'll see there's a hole back there that actually feeds a subway, and the ball will return again through the slot machine eject. Flanking that area, of course, is some yellow stand-up targets, the greed targets. Next to that, we have the left orbit shot, which is just to the left of the main 2 ramps on the game. There's actually a magnet on this orbit that can capture the ball at times and return it down to the top left flipper for a clean shot at the piano. Otherwise, the left orbit will swing the ball back down around the other side and come back down the right side orbit. Just next to that, we have the left ramp. It's one of the easiest and safest shots on Twilight Zone. The ball shot to the left ramp will return safely to the left flipper via wire form, but it can also be diverted to an auto plunger right next to the manual plunger lane, and that's how multi-ball is triggered. We have the right ramp next to that. The right ramp feeds a wire form, which can do 2 things. The wire form can send the ball into a bucket. The bucket can dump the ball back down to the playfield. This is probably the safest way to make the piano shot, is to shoot the right ramp. It'll dump it down. You get a nice clean shot off that top left flipper again. When the yellow insert that says the power is lit, however, instead of going into the bucket and being swung down to the main level of play, the ball shot to the right ramp will end up in the power mini playfield. Between the left ramp and the right ramp, a notable green stand-up target there is the clock target. That target comes into play in some of the modes, but it can be dangerous. It's right in the middle, and if you hit it dead on, well, you are at risk for a center drain, so just be aware of the danger there. Just to the right of the right ramp, we have the lock lane. This is also the extra ball shot. There's 2 inserts there, one for, lock is lit, and the other for extra ball. It's a bit of a tight shot. You have to hit it just right, and kind of a little bit of a design flaw in the geometry there. Sometimes you'll make the shot cleanly, and the ball will just reject and come back out. That's Twilight Zone. Your game's not broken. As far as I know, they're all like that. But there is a physical ball lock back there that will capture the ball, and that's where you lock balls for the main multi-ball in the game. And then finally, we have the right orbit. Just like the left orbit, the right orbit also has a magnet that can capture the ball and drop it back down to feed the top right flipper. This is an important shot in the game. There's a little sign above this lane. When the light blinks red there, that indicates that the gumball machine is ready to be loaded. And so when that is not lit and you shoot the right orbit, the ball will come flying around and return on the left orbit side, kind of the reverse of the left orbit shot, of course. But when the red light is flashing, instead the ball will be diverted into the gumball mechanism itself. The gumball will load one ball and spit one back out. The right orbit lane also is when you do trigger multi-ball, balls come out of the physical ball lock I just mentioned before. They come dribbling down the right orbit lane. Some other important shots on the top left flipper I mentioned before. There's a couple of shots. There's some stand-up targets flanking both left and right of the piano. But that piano, talk about important shots in Twilight Zone, the piano is probably the single most important shot to nail on Twilight Zone for a couple of reasons. It's how you will collect door panels. As you'll see further in the video, when we start playing the game, we switch to the gameplay video. I think that'll be the best way to illustrate that, but that's how you collect door panels. And also when you're in multi-ball, the piano is the jackpot shot for the game. So there's 2 lights on the piano, one for, door panel available and the other for jackpot. Another important shot, but that can be dangerous, is the slot machine shot. As I talked about earlier, the ball will actually come back out of the slot machine and feed the right flipper. But you can actually shoot, of course, directly shoot that hole, and that can also give you a door panel. The thing is, though, that that slot machine shot is flanked on the left and right by a stand-up target and a rubber post, respectively, which makes it quite dangerous. It's actually fairly close to the flippers. That shot is not very far back, and if you miss, you're in for a world of hurt. The ball will go flying. It will be wild and can lead to a drain. So I tend to not avoid the slot machine shot as much as possible and focus on the piano instead for collecting door panels. And finally, but last but not least, the top right flipper. There's a couple of shots that are makeable only from the top right flipper. They're unfortunately a little bit difficult to see on Twilight Zone because the lanes themselves are hidden under the mini playfield, but that is the camera hole shot above, and then just below that is the hitchhiker shot. Again, the hitchhiker shot is really not really understandable looking at a completely assembled game, but if you look at the disassembled game from before, you'll see that the hitchhiker lane actually swings up and all the way around that hole and will actually return the ball to the pop bumper nest. Let's not forget the mini playfield itself. The mini playfield is pretty innovative on this game, has quote-unquote magna flippers. 2 round circles indicate the presence of magnets under the mini playfield. And when you have a ball in there, pushing the flipper buttons actually activate those magnets and, quote-unquote flip the ball. There's switches on the side rubbers that can register ball hits and will accumulate points. But when you're in there, the goal is to flip just at the right time to get the ball into the hole above. There's 2 ways of doing this. 1, you can try to time your flip, or 2, you can just mash on the flipper button. Both techniques are, depending on the player, both actually kind of work. So have your pick at which technique you prefer. And that's about it for the main shots on the game. It's got a pretty standard Pat Lawlor bottom with his signature 5 lanes, 3 in lanes and 2 out lanes. The ramps, by the way, I did mention before, are both makeable from both flippers. The only other thing left to talk about is the door, the most prominent feature right in the center of the game. This is pretty much the status of the game at a glance, as you'll see in the gameplay later on. You very quickly can tell how far along in the game you are, how close to the wizard mode, through the door panel inserts that go all around the door here. That it also gives you your multi-ball status. And that little question mark, that tells you that your wizard mode is good to go. With that, let's switch over to the multi-camera setup and play some Twilight Zone, and we'll see it in action. All right, folks, let's play some Twilight Zone.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination.
In this game, I'm going to focus on getting to the wizard mode lost in the zone. To do that, you get door panels. You get door panels by shooting the piano, which I just did. And then when you collect all of the door panels, it's as simple as that. You're at the wizard mode. Whew, danger there. Need to shoot the left ramp like so to relight the piano. The piano needs a little yellow light. Otherwise, all it does is award odd change. But when it's lit, there you go, 3-way combo. And piano for another door panel, which extra ball, definitely need that extra ball to make it all the way, to survive all the way to the end. But extra ball is the same shot as the lock lane, just to the right of the right ramp. So now not only did I collect my extra ball, but I also locked the first ball for multi-ball. At this point, I can actually start multi-ball right off the bat with a left ramp shot, but if I take the harder approach and lock a second ball in the lock lane, the jackpots in multi-ball are much more valuable. There's really good points to be had in Twilight Zone in the multi-ball, so I'm definitely going to try that, assuming I live to tell about it. Alright, piano is not lit, unfortunately, so all I have here is odd change. Yeah, if you miss aiming that lock lane, there is a post there. It's kind of evil. Well, I ended up triggering multi-ball. Oh, that's a bug. That should not have come back to the shoe lane. That was supposed to start multi-ball. Wonder if my diverter there... Well, in order for this to be fair, let's try that again. This should start multi-ball. It should send the ball to the auto plunger. There you go. No harm, no foul there. Jackpot shot is also the piano here. So use that bucket to get your clean feed. There you go. Only a $20 million point jackpot. Camera is the jackpot relight, by the way. So there you go. Got a camera shot, which relights the jackpot. There you go. It should be worth more now. Second one worth more, and third one even more. Now I need another camera shot to light my third jackpot. Woo! Juggling there. Danger into the pops with one ball. Yep, didn't survive it. Well, we got 2 jackpots, so I'll take it. 100 million still on ball 1. Not bad progress. I'm gonna go back to the right ramp and just keep working on the piano for more door panels. Oh, and we have an extra ball lit too. Things are looking good here. You may notice the red light flashing at the right orbit. That is to put the ball in the gumball, which we're going to do. And also lit now is the right ramp to the power. That will get the bucket out of the way and we'll go up to the top mini playfield. I'll show you how that works. Here you use these magnetic flippers. The goal is to get the ball up to the top hole like so, and it awards some points and a door panel. So we've got 4 door panels already.
Note the hitchhiker there by the side of the road.
Camera shot. If you raise that flipper, it makes for an easier shot on the camera there. Camera award. Still trying to get the ball into the gumball machine. There you go. So right orbit pops it into the gumball machine there, and we have the Powerball. Powerball, you want to just put it directly back into the gumball machine. This thing flies. Super dangerous. Put it away. Whoa, slot machine! Danger! I got a door panel out of it, but if you miss, that ball's going flying. Thankfully, the dead bounce puts it on the left flipper, so just let it dead bounce on from right to left, and then you've got a perfect shot at the orbit. When you do put the Powerball back in, that triggers Powerball Mania. So now, during multi-ball, I need to get it through the top hole on the mini playfield upstairs, which is hard. There you go, got one up there. So now normally I'm just trying to save the balls downstairs, and I'm just kind of mashing to get unfortunately, to get the hole up at the top mini playfield. We didn't get it. That is Powerball Mania. Well, I still have a chance at a door panel here. There you go. Whoa, right at the last second. The more you mash back and forth, the more points you get too. So 41 million points for that. So that's pretty lucrative. And a door panel. So yeah, the loudest mode in the game, Clock Millions. The center target right between the ramp shots. It's kind of deadly. And it makes a very loud clock noise. Oh, bouncing for the door panel. Love it. And guess what, folks? We have extra ball lit to the right of the right land. We're off to a good start here. There you go. Another extra ball. I think I've got 2 extra balls in bank here. Alright, power's lit on the right ramp. Let's see if we can get another door panel and some points here. So a lot of sideways motion here, but I need up and down, please. There you go. More points though, side to side, then up. It's kind of optimal. 36 million points plus a door panel. And another 10 million for the door. Door panel. All right, left ramp to light the piano here. Oh, missed! Into the danger zone with that clock target. Oh, that's danger. That's, whew. All right, let's see. Alrighty, folks. We're a good way through the door here. And super skill at the left ramp. So the ball comes back to the Flingerline. There's actually another extra ball opportunity here if you get the yellow. I tend to err conservatively and go more towards the scoop because it's very, very dangerous. If you miss low, the ball ends up wild in the pop-uppers, and it's a 50-50 chance of death. So I tend to not collect that and just play conservatively. There is an extra ball in there, though. All right, camera reward. All right, another ball into the... My top flipper here has gone a little defective, but hopefully it doesn't impede us. We are such a good game going here. I don't want to stop. Oh yeah, that's definitely wonky. Uh-oh. That's pinball. Things go wrong. But we're going to keep playing. Play it as it lies. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 more door panels. And we're still on ball 1. I'm at a couple extra balls here, so... very well positioned for a good score. Ooh, not with balls like that though. Wow. Post and then right down the middle. Things can change fast. Oh, and then another house ball. My 2 extra balls gone. I'm gonna try to get back into my good groove here. There's another door panel. Light gumball. Oh, that was dangerous. Need a left ramp to relight the piano. Ball locked. All right, so the second multi-ball, you don't get an easy start with the left ramp. You have to keep shooting that lock lane, so. There it is, ball 2 locked. All right, see if I can get some big point jackpots. This one should be worth more.
Into the Twilight Zone.
There you go, bounce off the top flipper. Need camera for the relight. There you go, relight. And jackpot! Oh, well timed, well timed. This one should be even more. 60 million. All right, another camera shot for relight again. Nope, nope, nope. I don't mind hearing that jackpot music though. Nothing's worth anything until I get that camera shot. Oh! Good opportunity missed. The magnet does a nice... There you go. All right. Jackpot's lit again. Oh, just missed it. Nice opportunity, but Not bad, though. 628. I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay, still on ball 2, and we're awfully close to having completed the door. Thankfully, the top flipper, although it's a little wonky, it's not interfering with my game here. All right. Death, death, death. There you go. And we're one door panel away from lighting the wizard mode.
Let's make her higher in the Twilight Zone.
Oh, all right. It's going to come down to ball 3, folks. I think my flipper's getting worse. Better get it done this game. All right, that was the last one. Super slot. All right, so now you'll see a flashing question mark at the door here. Next shot in the piano or slot machine is Lost in the Zone. Boom, there it is. I'm gonna shut up and let you hear Lost in the Zone.
You have come to the end of your journey. Survival is everything.
All right, 6-ball mode. Gotta get the balls upstairs and in the hole at the mini playfield. See if the flipper survives. Okay, this is timed, by the way, so don't try to capture anything. And aim for the right ramp. Get balls upstairs. Got a ball up there. Oh, almost. Ball's back down. The ceramic ball doesn't work with the magnets. Got one up there. Oh, and that's it. Time's up. Flippers go dead, and not because they're broken. Now the game is going to reload the gumball machine, and so we just have to wait here as it counts through the scores and puts 3 balls back in the gumball machine. That's kind of where they are at rest during normal play. Oh, and there goes the power ball, so don't have to worry about that one. Whoa, 284 million from Lost in the Zone. Nice. And then, so it's going to say player 1 is up, and then one last ball go in there. And then we'll be back in normal play. And so we're at 999. We're just about to cry. I think we've got the billion with the bonus, but in ball 3, no extra balls left. So now we're back in regular play, and I can collect some door panels again. I can go for multi-balls. You go for either Powerball Mania. Whoa, that actually might be it. That's the Powerball again. It was the first in, so it's the first out. And so the Powerball needs to go immediately back into the gumball machine again. Let it bounce. One shot. There you go. And then we're in Powerball Mania again. Try to get some good points here. Again, it's kind of hard, but you got to go upstairs during multi-ball. There you go. Got it. Whew. That's a drain. See if I can do it again. Whoa, that was close. So I need a left ramp to relight. Otherwise the bucket is just stealing it. Danger zone there with the rocket. All right, there's the relight. Power's lit again. Top plate. Oh, nope. Wrong ramp. There you go. There you go, another jackpot. Oh, another ball up here. Is it gonna give me something? Give me another one. Give me 2. I don't think it will. Yeah, just won at 50. I need the left ramp for the relight. There it goes. And let's go back and again. That's 50 million a pop. Some good points there. Hey, the flipper. Oh, it went back down, but no. Folks, we played this game so hard, we broke my flipper. All right, back up top. Nope, it's dead. After 3, 2, 1, you lose the magnet flippers. Oh, bad draw. That was an unforced error there. That shouldn't have drained that one, but hey, we got a couple of jackpots. This, oh, by the way, those, you know, I'm still just at barely over $1 billion. What's going on there? I got all these millions from that. Well, that's because that mode awards its jackpots in bonus, not during regular play. So in other words, after you drain. So the worst thing I could possibly do now is tilt, because of course tilting forfeits the bonus. So now I'm going to be very, very nice to the game and not tilt it, not try to, it's probably not worth, definitely don't want to lose my bonus. So. It's tricky though, like if I drain, my game's over, so just want to be careful with it, that's all. Alright, door panel.
This is no ordinary gumball machine.
That flipper being kind of up actually makes the shot up to the gumball machine a little bit narrower. Alright, camera award.
Clock is with me.
Alright, up to the gumball machine. Oh, another door panel off the slot machine.
Clock is with millions.
Did I make it? Yes, just enough. Just enough. Another 25 million. Just cashing in those millions at this point. Alright, odd change here. I can't wait to see how many points I'm going to get on bonus, though. Another one. That might be Powerball again. Yep, 25 million. Just going to make that Powerball jackpot even bigger.
Put it back. Not yours.
Man, that thing flies.
I want it back.
That's danger! Danger! There you go. Alright, another Powerball Mania. This is, I think, the third one this game. So, yes, go up to the top play field. Alright, 2 balls upstairs. Nope. Still not. Can't help but wonder if those magnets are... Oh, no! The magnets are getting hot and weak, but it's probably just me. See? Of course, after the multi-ball, then I can get it right off the bat for another door panel. All right, super skill shot.
just requires skill. Super skill.
Meanwhile, we're just playing our game here. Going back for more door panels. Camera award. My poor flipper. Oh, did that award bonus? Did that just award me? Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at. I just got 293 million points from that door panel. It awarded me bonus, which is all those points from multi-ball. Unbelievable. Up to 1.5 now. It's just like, I can't believe I wasn't even paying attention for that. I just caught it off the edge of my eye. So there you go. That we know how much bonus is after I drain. We'll have another 293 million. Got a pretty nice score here. Three-way combo. Another door panel. All right, fast lock. There you go, right in. Now we've got a ball stuck on the ramp diverter. We'll let ball search clear that one out. So let's see, while we're waiting, 1.57 million on ball 3 here. No extra balls. And so next drain is it. But we've done pretty well here. I think you've seen most modes in the game. We've definitely played the regular multi-ball, the Powerball Mania, and all of the different modes from the door. I'm just gonna keep cashing in those camera awards too. The read targets. And then meantime, yep, back to the standard operating procedure. Left ramp, right ramp. Left ramp to light the piano. Oh, that's it. I saw that one going. Didn't want to tilt. All right, here it is, folks. Big bonus. Big bonus. 296.
Big reward in the Twilight Zone.
1.9 billion. I'll take it, folks. I'll take it. Grand champion. Not my best ever, but pretty good. It's up there for sure. All right, folks, there you have it. That is Twilight Zone. I do have a few references for you. I'll link a trivia page with fun facts about the game, which is a lot of interesting stuff in there. Just FYI, though, most of these are unattributed, so maybe take them for what they're worth with a grain of salt. The most definitive history we have on the game probably comes from Pat Lawlor's 2010 interview on TOPcast, and I'll link that one as well. Finally, we have the TV show episode reference guide, which is just super, super cool. That's all I have for you today. I hope you like this video and you'll join me again next time here on Alpha Bravo Pinball. Good night, everyone. All right, folks, let's see if we can figure out what's going on with this flipper. Sticks up, but if I pull up on the flipper, then the motion is smooth. So it's probably just a matter of adjusting the position of the shaft on the mechanism underneath the playfield. Let me show you what I mean. All right, so here is our flipper linkage. If I pull up on the flipper and move it, it works just fine. There's zero friction, it's all good. But if I push in on it, then it has trouble moving and it's getting stuck. So it's just a matter of adjusting the position on the shaft there so that it rests in a good place and there's no friction, and that should solve our problem. Here is the linkage in question, like this. All we need to do is loosen this nut right here, adjust the position of the shaft, and we are good to go. 10-second fix. And there you have it, folks. That's really all it was. Works perfectly now.